What's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and happy Victory Monday. We we slaughtered the Giants, and we got a couple of topics we're gonna go over. For one, people with this AJ getting calls about being traded. I know y'all seen Howard Roseman. He was very public when he said it. Howard Roseman and Nick Sirianni, they're not playing in any interviews in which you guys are talking about. They talking about no, he's not being traded. We want AJ Hill. If we got anything to say about it, he won't go nowhere. So stop it. Like Smitty having the games. Smitty been having some very good games of late. Could have been better in this Giants game. We're gonna get into that. Could have been better, but him being framed as a number one wide receiver and why he's getting Pro Bowl talks, as he should. Smitty is a number one wide receiver if you put him on any other team. He's a number one wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Because he's behind A.J. Brown, I guess he's number two. It's the Chase T. Higgins deal. You know what I'm saying? But Smitty probably deserves a Pro Bowl this year. If he keep going the way he's going, there's no reason why he shouldn't get a Pro Bowl this year. He routing people up, and we're gonna get into some of them videos and show you how he routing people up. Also, Saquon Barkley, man, finally had a good game, in which we all kind of saw coming. But the offensive line has been performing so well. It kind of make you think, do we need to switch back to Cam Jurgens after getting them in sync like this? Like Cam Jurgens is probably going to be back ready to play. Do we go back to Cam Jurgens after them playing like Brett Toth played pretty well? And I got video to prove it. We're going to talk about that. Also, Nakobe Dean. I'm not saying it's just Nakobe Dean, because Jalen Carter didn't play in the first game either. But he comes to this team, and a lot of the players said Nakobe brings swag. You know what I'm saying? Nakobe changes the mindset on this defense. Nakobe Dean brings a toughness, a physical presence on this defense. And I'm gonna give you some numbers why. I'm gonna give you some numbers why how you doing this thing. Last but not least, Jalen Hurts is getting MVP talks. And I know on a regular basis the games, except for the first Giants game, the Rams game, the Vikings game, I know the numbers don't look like it. Or they do. He could be the most efficient killer in the league right now. There's no quarterbacks doing what he's doing. Ain't nobody touching no perfect rating. He's got a perfect rating he's the first person to do a perfect rating in week 7. So look, man, the man is having a really good season. Whether you don't like the way it look or not, that's a whole different thing. But he don't pass no more than 25 times. On a regular game, he ain't passing no more than 25 times. And he's very efficient with the football. The man's up there with everybody who got touchdowns. All the touchdowns. He got, 15 touchdowns right now? 15 touchdowns? That's tied. That's tied for who at the top. And he don't throw as much as those guys do. So, we're going to talk into it. So, let's get into it.
Slim Reaper, man, is some kind of route runner. This is 3rd and 4 in the third quarter. Deonte Banks on Devontae Smith right here. Like, you watch this play and watch Smitty come back to the ball and where he's at and where Banks is at. Like, he's got him beat by 6 yards. Like, they started out together. 6 yards, toe tap drag. Man, he makes it look easy. Like, you can't beat a corner worse than that.
Hey, that's the first route. Ryan Baldigger broke down the first route, and boy, look at the separation. The separation is crazy. Let me show you this video where he make a man touch earth. Smitty making him touch earth. Now, he didn't get the ball in this play. That would have been an easy touchdown if Jalen Hurts would have went his way. Run the tape.
Here to the bottom, though. Look at the double move that he's pulling on the cornerback here. Such a smooth double. I mean, the cut. This guy's been going against Devontae Smith, and just seeing him all game here, how good he is on those curl routes. How he just plants, comes back, and then he hits him with this. Really good. I mean, really sells it. Gets hips low, everything, and then just sprints out of it. Doesn't lose any.
Ooh, nasty. He affect the game in a different way. AJ is a dominant presence. Smitty is he'll whistle. He affected like that. Okay, let's get into this offensive line play. This offensive line play has got Saquon Barkley in this last game rushing for 10.7 yards of carry. Not only him, Tank rushed for 11.4 a carry. He only had 14 touches before he went out. 14 touches. Giving them work. This offensive line was balling. The very first time we seen them, the offensive line had some pretty big holes. Maybe it was just the Giants. That Giants team, the defensive line is good. Make no mistake about it. That defensive line is really good. We dominated them from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. And we made it look easy. I'm going to show some plays. Brett Toth and Tyler Steen out there getting some big-time blocks. Run the tape.
Eagles were far more physical than the Giants all day. It's a screen to Saquon on 2nd and 12. You watch Steen and Toth get out here. Like, watch what they're doing out here on the perimeter. There goes one. Damn, there goes two. Like, they're just knocking guys down. And Saquon goes for a few, right? And then you watch Lane right here. Lane Johnson, Abdul Carter. Like, he wants to go inside. Man, they're just sitting on these guys right here. And Jalen gets off. You watch Landon Dickerson here. Free to help out, right? All right? You got a little stunt right there. He's just looking. Abdul Carter wants to come inside. Bam. Like, this knockdowns were, like, vicious. You watch Lane over here on Abdul. Bam. Like, a lot of pin and pulls like this all day long. Then you watch Fred Johnson. Whenever he lines up, like at tight end, like, you just watch him just caving in the entire side right here. Like, just more physical all afternoon long.
Brian Baldigger just broke that down. Look, these guys are balling. We know Lane doing what Lane do. But when you got Landon Dickerson blocking 3 dudes at one time on one play, that very first break, Landon Dickerson helped out a block, blocked a man, and then put his arm out there to push a man off balance. That man blocked 3 dudes for Saquon to get that wide open. Man, look, when you putting out holes like that and Saquon ain't getting touched into the safety, man, that's barbecue chicken, like Shaq would say, barbecue chicken. What safety gonna tackle him one-on-one? Barbecue chicken? Shit. Shit. But that's blocking. That's blocking. Which brings me to this. With Brett Toth playing so well at center, do we go back to Cam Jurgens? What y'all think? I'm just asking the question. What do y'all think? Because they synergy right now. They right there. They synchronize right there like some swimmers. They synchronize. So do we go back to Cam Jurgens? I'm just asking. I ain't trying to bring nothing up, nothing like that. Because Cam Jurgens is going to be ready by the time we come back from this bye. Because we playing in the Monday night game. What y'all think? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on this because I don't want to rock the boat. But that is a legitimate question. All right, let's get into Nakobe Dean's impact. I've been saying for 3 videos now, 3 of them things. I've been saying for 3 videos, Nakobe Dean brings a presence. When he's out there, ain't nobody running the ball like that. When you meet Nakobe Dean, that's it. When he's tackling, and he's tackling well. There's some plays he want to have back. But when Nakobe Dean is tackling well, you don't lean forward to get nothing. It's blam. Either everybody knocked out or nobody moves nowhere. Nakobe Dean brings a presence to this defense, a hard-nosed presence to this defense, in which they don't want to let him down. Him not being out there, you have Cam Scatterbull. Let's be real. Let's be real. Cam Scatterbull was only good against us. He was only good against us. He had his breakout game against us. Nakobe Dean didn't play in that game. Jalen Carter didn't also play in that game. Jalen Carter also didn't play in the Dallas game. So it could have been both Jalen Carter and Nakobe Dean, but this is something. We'll pull up some stats. They scored 34 points on us without Nakobe Dean. They had Jackson Dart out here running crazy. He had touchdown that touchdown he got on us last game. That shit was after we put in the bench players. We had the second stream in there. Is when he got that rushing touchdown. He had one in the first quarter against us in that very first game. Scatterbull had 19 carries for 98 yards and 3 of them things, 3 touchdowns. You get this game. Nakobe Dean did it against Jaden Daniels, where mobile quarterbacks don't get too far with Nakobe Dean being on there. He brings a hitter type. They don't want to run. After meeting him a couple of times, you do not want to run no more. We got 5 sacks. 5 sacks on Jackson Dart. And that's what it should look like. Now, in that second half, we tightened up and we stopped overrunning our rushing lanes. I don't know who said something. Maybe it was Brandon Graham. But we have a habit of whoever missed, we tend to jump outside of the rushing lane, and then that person go off for like a 10-yard run or something and just destroys everything we're doing on defense. But in that second half, we locked in. There was nobody, even when somebody will beat somebody and he would move up, we were still in our rushing lanes. That's going to propel us, man. That's going to be crazy. And I don't know if they're going to give Nakobe Dean a couple of more snaps or whatever. He was balling. But Nakobe Dean had this to say about his performance. Run the tape.
Just talk about today, getting the Giants back. I know you didn't play the first time, but the plan you had against Dart to keep him in the pocket and just overall just going 6-2 on the bye.
The plan we had was literally just to be more physical. Scheme-wise, it didn't change much. It came down to being physical and executing at a high level. And not having Jackson Dart running around like crazy. So doing good things in the back end so he can hold the ball and then in front of there eating. So yeah.
And how do you feel physically? Just coming back. Obviously, you had more time today and everything.
I feel good physically. I feel like finally knocked some of that rust off. This game, I had a couple plays that I want back, a lot more plays that I want back. But it's there now, I feel like all of it, we're here. And I feel good. I probably feel great.
Yeah. He said he was right. He wanted some plays back. He was knocking the rust off. But he wanted some plays back. He feel like he in form. I feel like he in form. Shoot. He was in form to start the season. But we ain't going to get into that. Let's get into this Jalen Hurts talk. Emmanuel Acho. Now, let me tell you something about Emmanuel Acho. He is not a big Jalen Hurts fan. So for him to say this means something. Run the tape.
Jalen Hurts has to be in the MVP conversation because I'm watching a game today. I'm thinking to myself, wait a second. In the midst of all the wide receiver distractions, and sometimes disregard the distractions, in the midst of the absence of A.J. Brown, you go out there and you get 4 touchdowns versus a New York Giants team that's incredibly hungry, that's incredibly ticked off, and that's just coming off of a loss versus the Denver Broncos and has probably the best overall pass rush in the National Football League. You ain't got A.J. Brown. So you go out there and you do it with Smitty, Jahan Dotson, and Dallas Goedert. You're finally starting to get active. The week before, you go out there and you get 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. Now, all of a sudden, Jalen Hurts has 15 passing touchdowns. These are not tush-push touchdowns, people. 15 passing touchdowns and 5 rushing touchdowns to just one interception. These are MVP-type numbers. I don't know if anybody in football, you'll have to go fact-check me, I don't know if anybody in football has more total touchdowns than Jalen Hurts when you include the passing and the rushing. This is not one of those years where Jalen Hurts has 17 rushing touchdowns and 23 passing touchdowns. That's not what I'm talking about. Finally, Jalen Hurts has 15 passing through 8 weeks, plus 5 rushing. This wasn't a tush-push game nor a tush-push week. He has MVP numbers, and Shady, they do have the second best record in the NFC. That's why, to me, I'm like, you know what, Jalen Hurts, here's my hat. I'm going to tip it to you, MVP.
I think we do need to think about it. I think he do need to be in the conversation. He don't throw more than 25 times in a good game. When he's having a good game, he don't throw it no more than 25 times. Think about had he threw it 30, 33 times against the Vikings. By the time he was at 23, he had already had 300-some yards and 3 touchdowns. Now, KP with the red zone offense, I'm going to sidetrack it right here. With the red zone offense has been very, very good. Very good. Dallas Goedert had this to say against the red zone offense.
You know, the play calling down there has been great. We've been staying ahead of the sticks, and you know, scoring touchdowns is really beneficial. Sitting at 3 points, you know, doesn't swing the game as much when you get touchdowns and hold the other team to 3. It can get spread out. Really.
That red zone is creative. How he's getting people the ball. That red zone offense is nice. Is nice. Now, he's coming into play about getting us down to the red zone. But when he's getting us to the red zone, you can almost guarantee that's a touchdown because of some of the schemes that he does to get us in there. He leaves no stone unturned. There's nothing simple about how he runs red zone offense. That is his strength. Guess that is Kevin Patullo's strength. That is all I got. But I'm going to leave y'all with this video, and we out. Let's go, Birds.
Come on, women. Come on, women. That's all of us. That's all of us doing that together. One team, one heartbeat. Go play like it. Play like it. Have some pride. Hey, finish how we started, huh? Hey, man. That's a hell of a performance out there, man. Just playing together, seeing through the game. Just keep building off of this. 1 on 3, 1, 2, 3.